Uh, Excuse me, Toyota, question for you. What the heck did you just do to the Prius? Yeah, this Prius, this 5th generation 2023 Prius. I mean, look at it. What's going on? I mean, if you're like me, when you hear Prius, you have some pretty strong preconceived ideas of what it should be like in your head. Over the years, this has been a very popular vehicle. It's one of the first hybrids in the world, and it's, sold 5 million units in North America, 20 million around the world. And when we think of Prius design, we think tree hugger or granola lover or, eclectic.
This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
What? What? That's not what this is. So what have they done? Well, they've completely redesigned and rebranded what the Prius is in its 5th generation. Because let's be honest, the previous incarnations from Gen 1 all the way to Gen 4 have had designs that, shall we say, are best described as quirky. And now we have something completely different. It is more sleek, it is more aggressive, it is more good looking. It's more enticing. We have a shape that's actually smaller too. You've got about 2 inches lower the roof line, so it is lower. But on the back, sort of that sporty wide flare, it's actually about just under an inch wider in the rear. And the hip line is about 2 inches lower as well. So we have a more compact exterior. But some things still remain the same in terms of exterior design because this is really all about an efficient vehicle. You still have the front grille shutters that can open or close for aerodynamics. You have aero stabilizers underneath. You have a very aerodynamic shape, a very low coefficient of drag. The wind does sweep nicely over across it. But in the sporty tradition, on XLE and limited trims, we now have 19-inch wheels. It's looking sturdy. And this color, wow, it's called maximum yellow, but I've discovered that if you're watching in the US and you're looking on Toyota's website, you won't find this color. I mean, they don't sell it in the US, but it's here in Canada. It's available to us. So I would only ask, hey, Toyota USA, what's wrong with yellow? Won't Americans like yellow? Huh? You got something against yellow? But we really have an exciting new design for this Toyota Prius. Here in the back, we have a design that's sporty, that has brake lights that are like relatively normal, not quirky and weird designs and lines and stuff. This really is an attractive and eye-catching new design for the Prius. What else has Toyota done to the Prius? They've made it more powerful, and not just a little bit. They've upped the overall power in the Prius with this generation by 60%. It's now up to 196 overall net horsepower. That may not sound like a lot compared to some other vehicles, but for a Prius, that's a big jump. And that's all thanks to a new 2-liter engine that has been paired to a new battery and motor with 14% more electric output. It's crazy stuff. And because of this additional power, we can now do something that we don't normally do when we're talking about a Prius. We can talk about 0 to 60 or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. It's actually 7 seconds from 0 to 60, 7.2 to 100 kilometers an hour. That's up 26% compared to the 10 seconds it took previously. Again, not a rocket, but when is the last time somebody ever did a Prius review and had an acceleration figure? What they've also done with this new Prius is similar to the other next generation of hybrids that Toyota's coming out with. They have created an on-demand all-wheel drive system that is utilized by a separate rear-mounted electric motor. So again, a new thing with the Prius. They may have made the Prius more stylish, but it still is a hybrid, and hybrids are designed to be fuel efficient. And that's what they still do. Even with the new engine, the bigger battery, it is still a very efficient vehicle with a combined posted fuel efficiency rating of 4.8 liters per 100 kilometers. That's 49 US miles per gallon. And I'm beating that. I've been in this for 5 days now, and I'm at about 4.6. So it's a realistic figure, and you can even do better. I mentioned with the exterior dimensions that it is lower, so that also is smaller. That's what they've done to it as well. This is a smaller Prius than we had before. I mean, when you look from once upon a time, you had as large as the Prius V. This is not it now. We have, in terms of passenger volume, only 91.2 cubic feet of passenger volume. That's down from 120.5 cubic feet with the last year's or the previous gen's Prius. That's a big reduction. You see it in head space. This is lower by a couple of inches. And in terms of cargo volume in the back, there's not a lot anymore either. It's 23.8 cubic feet. That is down from 27.4. I did some cargo Tetris trying to get luggage for my kids in earlier in the week. It's possible, but boy, that is a challenge. Yes, it's smaller, but the overall design, there still are modern elements to it. I mean, there's got to be some quirky things that they've put inside a Prius design. It can't all be sleek and progressive. And I think the only one thing that they have here, I mean, there is some changes. We have the 12.4-inch center screen, the new Toyota interface. So all the things we've talked about before, good and bad, about this touchscreen, the connectivity, the tactile, the menu selections, it's still here. But the one thing that's kind of unique with the Prius driver instrument cluster is it's like positioned in a weird spot. This wheel is low down and they have placed the cluster further back. I mean, it's a very unique design. Maybe that has to do with the very long tapered front windshield that they have here. It really is kind of strange because of the low head height. You've got an open A-pillar and it really feels like you're in a bit of a tunnel type of thing. It actually reminds me, believe it or not, if you're old enough to remember, the Lumina APV, that very long slanted kind of pointed nose windshield. And maybe because it's so long and there's a great distance, can't even touch the windshield when I reach forward. So maybe that's why it's set back. It's kind of weird because if you're shorter, some of the lower gauges and readouts are going to be hard to see. I have to sit up on some of these myself to look at some of these things. So I don't know. I mean, there's lots of good information on there, but it's just, there's your quirky thing. It's kind of placed in a strange position. There's 3 different drive modes with the new Prius, and including sport. Again, a weird thing. And when you accelerate in sport, let's hear it. I mean, do you hear that? It growls. When does a Prius ever growl? It's kind of growling. So strange. So Toyota, when I said off the front, what did you do to this new Prius? I think my answer at the end is, you done good. This is a far more attractive, far more sleek, powerful, and smaller, yes, but really cool hybrid vehicle. Can you say cool? Or was it ever cool? I don't know, but I like it. People will like it. You're gonna sell a lot of it. And I hope you like me doing this review of the new Prius and whatever they did to it. But if you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd also like you to consider doing so. And if you are, don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of every time I upload something new. That's it for now. Beside this cool Prius, I'm Novak. Thanks for watching.